Greetings, boo believers. Whew. Sorry, I had to hit the vape there. And get into character, as Steph Infection likes to portray me, right? How we doing on this Friday? Almost at the end of January, almost the first full month into the new year, and here I am once again, another week in the can, almost, of Daily Booze. Thank you all for tuning in. Huge thanks to Brittany, who already sent stars. Thank you, Britt. Mwah, thank you, Scream Heart. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. Appreciate the support. Appreciate everybody tuning in. Appreciate the stars and all the support. Sharing stuff. I've seen, actually, I love that we have triggered this renaissance, I guess, of of people watching Toilet of the Dead. Zombie ass. Yes, zombie ass. Zombie asu. Zombie ass Toilet of the Dead. I've seen people posted about it and giving reviews and laughing, and everybody's having a good old time. So maybe we need to do more watch parties. We got to figure out this watch party thing. If everybody's got Amazon or something like that, maybe, or Netflix. We'll have to figure out something like that one night. Maybe we go live, put on a movie with the camera facing us, obviously, and you guys could put on the movie. We all start the movie at the same time, and then you guys can jump in the comments. We can chat, laugh back and forth. I don't know how many people we can bring on in a live stream, but maybe we can bring some people on and off for minutes here and there. Maybe you guys can jump in. Definitely something I'd be interested in looking into. So I will look into that some more, and we'll see if we could do something like that. That would be fun. I love chatting with you guys in the live chat, obviously, but it'd be awesome if we could all be doing like a watch party and chatting somehow and taking turns jumping in on the show or something. We'll figure out something. This will be done. This will be the next thing to conquer here, because I don't have enough on my plate already. Brittany says, you're very welcome, and yes, you guys started a domino effect of zombie ass. Brittany's down to do a watch party. Awesome, yes. Kevin Shave checking in. What's up, Kev? Thanks for tuning in, brother. We're talking about watch parties. We should just do a watch party with zombie ass. If we figure out how to do this, we will watch zombie ass again, I promise. If we have to do it on Tubi or wherever everybody can watch it, we will do a watch party. If we get our first watch party worked out, or test run, or whatever we'll do a zombie ass Toilet of the Dead watch party with everybody checking in. I think that'd be a lot of fun. So TJ checking in. What's up, brother? Thanks for tuning in once again. And yeah, we're talking about doing a watch party, doing some watch parties. So Kevin says that was a completely ridiculous movie. I agree, man. I had no idea what I was getting into when we turned it on. I was just like, I remember hearing about it. I remember seeing the poster, and I tend to, when I sit down to watch a movie, I tend to try and watch stuff that we could review, or I could do a quick review on, but I'm also usually eating at the time, so I try not to watch stuff with subtitles. I'll admit, I try to, like, when I sit down to eat, but this time I wasn't sitting down to eat. I was like, shit, I'll watch a movie with subtitles right now. It was late. We had just gotten done working on the wall and finishing up set 2 over there, and time to roll a blunt, and rolled up a blunt. We're smoking, and I'm like, yep, let's put this on. And as disgusting as it was like a fucking train wreck. I couldn't take my eyes off of it. And it was awful. It was making me gag. I had to cover my face and look away and be like, no, I can't. Even the sound effects. Oh, man. But yeah, zombie ass. We'll do a watch party for it. We'll figure this out, how to do it, and how to get you guys to join in and all that kind of stuff. And we'll do a watch party. But in the meantime, let's talk some horror. I was kind of rushed getting in. I had a flat tire, so I had to change the tire and put a donut on my fucking car. Cam 2 still working. Woo! I had to change the tire and then feed Maddie luckily fed all the cats for me. And while I changed the tire, jump started my bike because it's warm enough to ride my bike. And in case I don't want to drive around on a donut, because I'm going to have to order a fucking tire because of these goddamn high performance, low profile fucking wheels on my car. I can't just go down the street and get a tire. I mean, I can, but I want it to match the other tires that are on my fucking car. So, yeah. While I wait for that, I'll probably ride my bike, but I had to jump start it because the battery had been sitting for a minute. The battery's good though, so. But here we are. Not to bore you with the details of my existence. Steph Infection checking in says, I'm still not the same. I actually gagged once, which takes a lot, but I never laughed harder. Talking about zombie ass. So, yes. Emily Locke checking in. What's up, Emily? Steph, why don't you look into watch parties on Facebook? No, not even watch parties. Like if we go live on Facebook, how do we bring people on? How do you bring somebody on? I need to do this anyway because I'm going to interview, my first interview here on Daily Boost is going to be next Tuesday. I am going to be joined. I will make a formal announcement, but I talked about it a little bit yesterday. But I'll be joined with one of the crew from last night at Terrace Lanes. Who also is a filmmaker. He was soundman on Last Night at Terrace Lanes, and he also a filmmaker, has a short that is released and has his first feature coming up being released this year. But we're going to talk Terrace Lanes because that was a movie that we talked about, and it's local and it's made by independent local filmmakers. So we want to support that. So we're going to bring him on and talk it Tuesday. So Steph Infection, I know you're there. If you can figure out how it is we do this live stream thing, because it says go live by yourself or with others. So we have to figure out has to do it. We don't want to do it through the program, Steph. I see you saying Anna used to do it through that program. There's a way to do it directly through Facebook's interface, live interface. And maybe I'll look for it after today when I'm done our live stream today, because I'll still be in the live stream setup mode. Kara checking in says, I made it today. Hi, Kara. Mwah. I saw you have a flat tire too that you're dealing with. I had a flat tire today when I didn't even realize it was that like flat till I got here to the studio. I stopped and tried to fill it and it wouldn't fill, and they're run flat tires, so I have a few miles I could drive on them. So I got here to the studio and changed the tire and put the donut on. But when I took the tire off, the back side of the tire, it was just gashed and blown out. They're low profile tires. I've been riding on them for a while. Should have replaced them before Christmas, but other shit took priority. What can I do? It's what happens when you run a small business. So, all right, again, enough of my problems. Let's get to some horror. Kara's here today. Oh, yeah. So we got some stuff in the horror world today, and let's see. I am just starting to bring it up here, so we're going to go to well, here's one. We have some ladies in the house, so let's jump to this one here. This one's on Bloody Disgusting. Diablo Cody says she's not done with Jennifer's Body and wants to make a sequel. And this is an exclusive by John Squires on bloodydisgusting.com. And I love Jennifer's Body. I loved it. I loved it. It was such a good movie. The fan base for Karen Kusama's 2009 horror movie Jennifer's Body has grown a whole lot in recent years, with many reevaluating the film and realizing it's got more going for it than it was given credit for back when it first came out. Megan Fox stars as Jennifer in the film, a newly possessed high school cheerleader who specializes in killing her male classmates, and now, 15 years later, it's being viewed as a feminist revenge movie that was ahead of its time. How you like that? And it totally is. I mean, it's a great fucking, Diablo Cody's a great writer, and we are looking forward to her next fucking movie, which Lisa Frankenstein, which comes out, and they're going to talk about it here, of course. But yes, very much looking forward to Lisa Frankenstein. So yes, this is now, looking back on it, it's looked at as a feminist revenge movie ahead of its time. Interesting. Jennifer's Body writer Diablo Cody is back on the horror scene with a brand new movie, Lisa Frankenstein, this year, directed by Zelda Williams, who is the daughter of Robin Williams. They never note this stuff. Why did they not note this in these? I didn't even know this until, thank you to Dana Webb, who pointed it out for me, that it was Robin Williams' daughter who is directing this. How are these? I mean, I know Robin Williams didn't do horror, but he's still a huge, prominent Hollywood figure. He's a legendary comedian and actor, and how you don't mention that the director is his daughter, I don't get. But this is an awesome combination. You've got Robin Williams' daughter and Diablo Cody. I can't wait for Lisa Frankenstein. All right, back to the story. Sorry, I get fucking off on a tangent. Kara says, it was a great movie 15 years ago. Yes, I know, it doesn't feel it, but yes, 15 years ago. It was such a great movie. Dude, it's about a band that's like sacrificing her so they could be famous, and dude, so good. All right, Jennifer's Body. Okay, we got that part. Directed by Zelda Williams and releasing in theaters on February 9th. That is Lisa Frankenstein. And Cody paid a visit to Bloody Disgusting's Boo Crew podcast this week to chat about the film. The Boo Crew chatted with both Diablo Cody and Zelda Williams, and while the interview won't be going live until the week of Lisa Frankenstein's theatrical release, we are able to share a couple exciting snippets from the interview with you this week. For starters, Cody reflected on Jennifer's Body, sharing her thoughts on the film's years later resurgence. This is interesting, man. I dig this. Cody tells the Boo, because we talk about Jennifer's Body. I reference it a lot. As horror fans, I know, we love the fucking movie, and it's great that, I mean, I guess, part of it is that, I guess Diablo Cody's new movie is coming out, so that kind of would make people want to talk about Jennifer's Body, because that was the last movie that she wrote, and then it just happened to be 15 years ago. So, all right, sorry, back to the story. I digress again. I keep getting off on these little tangents. I'll save it for the end. Cody tells the Boo Crew, I mean, it's gotten progressively happier for me. At first, I was excited about it, obviously, but I was also a little bit salty, because I remember thinking, well, where was this audience when the movie came out? It was a critical commercial failure. I was pretty humiliated, to be perfectly honest with you. It was a rough experience having that movie come out. It was rough for me. It was rough for Megan Fox. Then people started suddenly talking about it like it was a good movie, which I had thought all along. And I had thought it all along too. I'm with you, Diablo Cody. At first, I just thought, oh, where was this audience when I needed it? And then I realized they were like 7. Cody continues. And then some people who maybe didn't appreciate it at the time have come around, and now I'm just like, there's no saltiness. Now I'm just happy. So that's good. She's come to terms with it. I get it, man. Dude, as a musician, as an artist, as a filmmaker, as all this other, I put stuff out, and you're like, man, where was the love for this before? And you see stuff with... It happens all the time. Anyway, even with the cult classic status that Jennifer's Body has attained in recent years, we've never heard any rumblings about any sort of continuation. If given the opportunity, would Diablo Cody return to the movie's universe for either a sequel or a television series? Yes, I want to do a sequel, Cody excitedly admits. I am not done with Jennifer's Body. I just need to partner with people who believe in it as much as I do, and that hasn't really happened yet. I need someone to believe in it who has $1 billion. Don't we all? Don't we all, Diablo Cody? What's next for Cody? She also reveals that she's currently working on another horror script. I have an unfinished one kicking around that I need to finish that I think is definitely the most straight horror, like overt gore, scary thing I've ever written, she teases. I'm really proud of the concept, and I just have to push myself across the finish line. So, very cool. Good for her. She knows what she wants. Go get it. And there's a shot of Megan Fox from Jennifer's Body. What do you guys think? You guys want a Jennifer's Body sequel? You want to hear another? I mean, God, how would they do that 15 years later with Megan Fox? 15 years old. I mean, she still looks great, but she's also 15 years older. Would we jump 15 years into the future? TJ sending, holy shit, dude. 1,200 stars, dude. TJ, holy shit. Thank you, man. Thank you so much. Mwah, Scream Heart. Shit. I've never seen so many stars, TJ. God damn. Thank you so much, man. I really appreciate that, man. Well, God. Shout out to TJ, who does so much for us here at Deadsville. Always shows up and helps at live events. Throwing stars in the pot here. Always jumps in and talks horror with us. Huge horror fan. Awesome Michael Myers collection. He built the cat house here out front for us, where you know, we keep Ronin's rescues. We have a place for them now. He's learning to do sound on set for us at Deadsville. Yeah, all around fucking... Oh, and God, don't let me forget, he's building us a coffin table for set too, because the dude is just an incredible craftsman. So if you want some kind of crafts done, or yeah, give TJ a follow. And I know he's got a woodworking business that he's trying to get started up. So making some furniture and stuff like that. So yeah, check out his stuff. He makes some really, really cool stuff, and you will soon see a coffin table for us. Not a coffee table. We had to have a coffin table. All right, this is Deadsville. So set 2 needed a coffin table. So shout out to TJ. Thank you so much, man. Kara asks, what name did you pick for the cat formerly known as Fleabag? I haven't picked yet. I haven't gone through them all yet. I'm going to let a full day cycle and let some more names get in there. But I know Chowder is a favorite. And I also really like Gizmo. So we'll see. Those are the 2 that have caught mine and Steph and Maddie's eyes so far. There were some really good ones in there though, and I haven't gotten a chance to look them all over yet. So we'll look them all over. Maybe I'll just sit there with the laptop or my phone right in front of the cat and call the name, and whichever one he like responds to, that'll be his name. Maybe that's how it'll work. We'll take like the top 5. All right. Well, yeah, I'm looking forward to Lisa Frankenstein coming in February 9th, the week of Valentine's Day. And yeah, I would love to see return to Jennifer's body. All right, Kara says, out of the 2, he does look like a Chowder. Yeah, he's a little older to be a Gizmo, definitely, but we'll see. We'll see what we come up with. All right, we got this other story here that I want to dig into because I've been hearing rumblings about this one. There's a movie called In a Violent Nature that is making the rounds at horror film festivals right now. And, oh, Kelly Weber checking in. Kelly says, I'm going to marry Megan Fox. Sweet. I'll let me be best man, please, for one of you. I will throw you the bachelorette party of your lives. All right, here we go. I digress. This is on iHorror.com. Timothy Rawls asks, could In a Violent Nature birth the next Jason Voorhees? And look at this. Here we go. We got a pretty buff-looking flannel-clad man with chains and a hook. We've seen this kind of thing before, though, right, Boo Believers? We've seen these kind of attempts at being the next Jason Voorhees. But, yeah, okay, so this is, yeah, Sundance. This is a Sundance find, apparently. Sundance has given the world some pretty good disturbing horror films in the past. Movies like Watcher, Talk to Me, and Speak No Evil. At this year's event, there was one that apparently is going to join the ranks called In a Violent Nature. Let's start with the synopsis taken from IMDB. The horror movie tracks a ravenous zombie creature as it makes its way through a secluded forest. Sound familiar? Some critics think so. Collider made a headline for their film review that said Jason Voorhees should, quote, eat his heart out. They added, the festival's most explosive horror film takes familiar slasher elements, tears them to pieces, and makes a macabre work of gory art in the wreckage. The movie borrows a lot from Sean S. Cunningham's original Friday the 13th, even going so far as to incorporate plot points from some of its sequels, including Part 6, when the hockey mask killer Jason Voorhees is resurrected from his grave by lightning to continue his swath of destruction on nubile, immoral teens. In a Violent Nature also has its own lone killer named Johnny, played by Toronto-based actor Rye Barrett. So is In a Violent Nature an homage to Friday the 13th or a loving ripoff? According to Collider's Chase Hutchinson, maybe a bit of both, since the film incorporates many of the tropes that were used in 80s slashers films, such as My Bloody Valentine, Halloween, and the Texas Chainsaw Massacre. But that doesn't matter because every fan of a good slasher movie, however derivative, rank them higher if the kills are good. Hutchinson implies you won't have to worry about that part of the storytelling. The kills, and this is a quote, "The kills in this film are some of the most bonkers, bloody, and brutal you'll ever see," he writes. "It's the type of film where you'll go, I don't think I've ever seen a decapitated head do that before, in both awe and terror." All right, you're saying a lot in today's today's climate of special effects. I mean, there's been a lot. All right, all the gore might just seem like overkill in the same way Adam Green's Hatchet movies were, but Hutchinson says director Chris Nash's technique is a positive addition. Nash knows when to be bombastic and when to balance it with a lighter touch, ensuring each cuts deeper. It is grimly funny at times, though no less terrifying because of it. There is no news about when In a Violent Nature will be released, but it is a Shudder exclusive, so expect to see it on that service soon. Wow, all right. I wonder if they'll send it to theaters. I mean, everybody wants to be Jason Voorhees. What do you guys think? Another wannabe Jason Voorhees? Is that what we're getting here? You know, I cringe when I hear like art worked in here. Where was that? Makes a macabre work of gory art in the wreckage. Okay, maybe. Yeah, maybe. Okay, I might be able to live with that. We'll see. What do you guys think? I'm going to jump to the chat now. So, sound off. What do you think of this new Jason Voorhees-esque slasher / zombie? I don't know. I never really saw Jason as a zombie. Did you? I didn't see him as a zombie. I saw him as like a, I mean, I guess it's the definition of a zombie. He's reincarnated, but I always saw him as just like evil incarnate. He's not like trying to eat flesh or brains or anything like a normal zombie would. He's evil incarnate and he wants to kill. And he takes great pleasure in killing immoral people for some reason. So if he's evil, see, that doesn't even make sense. If Jason Voorhees is evil incarnate, then he would be in favor of more evil, right? He'd be like, yeah, evil, let's spread evil. So he would be all for these nubile teens doing immoral acts. Wouldn't that suffice? Wouldn't that make sense? That would kind of be like the logical next step, right? He would want to go kill like pious people who were very good and righteous. He would be evil. He would want to destroy the righteous, right? That would be my take on it, I would think. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with him now. But I got an idea for another movie. I'm going to make a evil incarnate killer that just kills holy rollers. Woo, that would be fun. Oh man, I would have fun with that. Like corrupt, yeah, and of course they would be like hypocrite holy rollers. It was like the priests that are doodling with little, with altar boys and stealing money and embezzling and secretly having hookers and all that kind of stuff, because that's what's really going on. That would be my movie. I'm going to create an evil incarnate type Jason Voorhees that only kills the fucking righteous and pious, right? The good. He just kills good people. He would roll into a party where there was like an orgy going on, be like, yeah, party on, dudes, and roll out. That's my that's my slasher. All right, I'm getting to the chat. I'm sorry, guys. I go off on these tangents sometimes. Shit. All right, so yes, Kelly checked in. She's going to marry Megan Fox. Michael McDonald joins us. What's up, Michael? Kara says, meh, I'd check it out. And we're talking about this new movie, In a Violent Nature, which is getting rave reviews, I guess, at Sundance, and it's coming to Shudder. But they say it could birth a new Jason Voorhees. So, Kara says, clearly he's never seen the ass zombie movie. Right? Oh my God. I need to rewatch that again soon, man. We need to figure out that watch party. TJ checks in, says, the Hatchet movies were some of my favorites, maybe because Danielle Harris is in two of them. Yeah, the kills were awesome in Hatchet, though, man. They were fucking awesome. And Adam Green was just paying an homage to the fucking, the slasher genre and just upping it a bit, man. I still put on the Hatchet movies. Maddie hadn't seen some of them, so I was like, yeah, we'll pop these on. Boom. We'll just watch and put it on the background. It's always fun to put a Hatchet movie on in the background and just pay attention when the when the kills are coming. It's just like, yeah! So, Kelly Weber says he came back from evil. Yes, exactly. That's what I'm talking about with Jason. And Kara says, never saw him as a zombie. Kelly said, he's not a zombie. Right. I never saw that. He's just Jason. I never questioned. That's exactly the way I felt. That is exactly the way I felt. Like, I don't know where they get this, that it sounds like Jason Voorhees out of a zombie. Where was that? I want to read that line again. Yeah. The horror movie tracks a ravenous zombie creature as it makes its way through a secluded forest. A ravenous zombie creature makes me think that they want to eat brains and flesh. That is definitely not Jason. If you were to tell me I don't even know what to make of that. That doesn't make me think Jason, so it doesn't sound familiar. And I don't know where Collider's head is at, but I mean, if it's a slasher, then yes, it could be Jason Voorhees. But if it's a zombie eating brains, I don't see Jason Voorhees. All right. Kara said I'd watch that. I'm assuming talking about me. Yes. Kara says Puritan culture goes that deep. Kara says I'm a Catholic school survivor. Yes, we're making this movie with my evil incarnate slasher who only kills holy people, religious people. Oh, man. Kara says she hasn't seen the Hatchet movies either. Oh, my goodness. Dewey Deviant checking in. What's up, Dewey? Thanks for checking in, dude. And Maddie Meek also checking in. What's up, Mads? Thanks for checking in. We were talking we're talking this In a Violent Nature movie, but we're also talking Hatchet now. Sin Ewers checking in. What's up, Sin? Maddie says Hatchet was a super fun movie. Kara says, haven't seen them. Kara, check out Hatchet. You will definitely watch the first one. You can watch them in order. You don't have to, but it's good to watch them in order. We just watched the third one's just called Victor Crowley. It's based on the character. The character is Victor Crowley, also played by our friend Kane Hodder, obviously. So we are big fans of Hatchet and Deadsville because of our connection. So, yes. But yeah, Kara also checks in and says, not Jason even a little bit. No, he's not some kind of zombie creature. That's not Jason. Jason is evil incarnate. So, get your story straight. Who was it? Collider? Collider. All right. What else do we got here? We got some more. All right. Should we get to this goddamn Steamboat Willie? I guess everybody's in here now. We got a good little group. We can bash this fucking Steamboat Willie. Man, we're going to watch a trailer. You guys ready? I don't even have it in me to rant right now on these fucking Mickey Mouse movies, man. Oh, God. Here we go. All right. This is on iHeart. This is the first thing I woke up to today on iHeart from Elijah Turner. The Return of Steamboat Willie. Horror film releases teaser trailer. So, yes, this movie is called The Return of Steamboat Willie. And I don't know if this is one of the ones they've previously said were coming out or if this is another one, but everybody is on the fucking Mickey Mouse bandwagon, the Steamboat Willie bandwagon. All right, here we go. First announced as public domain in January this year, the animated short Steamboat Willie became available for everyone to use with no copyright worries. The same day, several horror movies and games based around this short animated film were announced. The return of Steamboat Willie is one of these horror films, and now it has officially dropped its first teaser trailer. So yes, this is one of the ones that we were talking about when the thing first became available in public domain. No release date has been announced yet. Check out the teaser trailer and more about the film below. All right, we'll watch the teaser trailer. This piece of shit teaser trailer, I'm sure. This is going to be such a turd. Oh, it's an Unreal Engine. Oh my God, this is made with Unreal Engine. It's probably going to be something that shows you nothing of production whatsoever. It's probably something that's either like computer generated. Yeah, this is, all right, I'm going to shut up. Here we go. It looks like a video game. This is it's like a CGI animated thing. Is the movie going to be a CGI animated movie? I'd probably be up for that more than watching some dude in a fucking mask. If it's CGI animated, maybe I would give it a watch, because maybe it would actually be okay. They wouldn't be making it on a live movie on a shit budget with no-name actors in a shit mask with a fucking dollar store Ginsu in their hand. But this all just seems like it's made in Unreal Engine to kind of tease the thing and get something out there, because these guys are just announced it. They just want the attention from it. And now they got to follow up their... They gotta follow up their announcement and do something. All right. Jesus Christ. All right, oh man, I'm gonna keep reading. Little is known about the plot, except for after 95 years of being locked away, Willie is free and he wants his steamboat back. This film is being made in Unreal Engine. Oh, okay. This film is being made in Unreal Engine 5 and is being released by Future Studios. It's directed by Kai Henry, T. Reck, and Joe Smith. The story is written by Joe Smith and is produced by Yonatan Hagos, Kelvin Craver, and Darren Ross. No cast has been announced yet. And they talk about... Yeah, why are they talking about Infestation Origins, the video game now? They're showing that thing here. This is not it. There's Mickey's Mousetrap. That's stupid bullshit. I will never watch that bullshit. The trailer looked whack. I don't know, man. I mean, maybe. It's in Unreal Engine. It's animated. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little bit more curious with it being animated. And that was like a real mouse. I was like, it wasn't a person in a mask. I had no idea. I didn't realize that this was going to be on Unreal Engine and be an animated movie. What do you guys think? Does that make it? Did watching that? Any feel any different knowing it's an animated movie? It's not going to be a person in a mask doing that shit. I'm going to go read your comments real quick, but if you want to chime in on that, I will say I am a little more curious now knowing that it's going to be an animated movie, just because I know it's not going to be some shit movie with a dude in a fucking Winnie the Pooh mask or a dude in a fucking Mickey Mouse mask holding up a dollar store knife. All right? Animation costs a little bit of money, so yeah, I mean, maybe they actually have money for a script too, and this will actually be kind of decent. I'll tell you one thing, animating it allows you to do a lot more. Jump to camera 2. Animating it allows you to do a lot more that you wouldn't be able to have the budget for in some of these independent movies. I'll tell you that. There'll be a lot more stunts that'll be able to be done because you're animating everything. I mean, you'll get away. You won't have to have special effects artists. You won't have to worry about whether the effects artist is good or not. It's all going to be digital effects now. So, yeah, a lot of the shit that can go wrong in an independent movie where there's no budget will kind of get taken out of the equation if they do it right now that it's animated. There's a lot of stuff that can, you know, they got to have obviously the right voice actors and a good script and decent animation, but you're not held to the same kind of budgetary constraints that you are with an independent real live action movie. So I'm gonna be a little more forgiving. I'm not like looking forward to this by any means, but I'm a little bit more curious. My curiosity is a little more piqued at this point, knowing it's an animated movie. That's all I'm gonna say. The trailer was okay, or teaser, whatever it was. We'll see how they follow it up. I don't have high hopes, obviously, but all right, I'm going to check in with you guys again here. Kara says, pass. It's just Mickey jerking off on a boat for 2 hours. Ben Speck checking in. What's up, Ben? Thanks for checking in, brother. TJ says, that will be more entertaining than a Mickey horror movie. Kara says, that is a Mickey horror movie, TJ. He's a geriatric animated rodent. And Kara says, maybe if it was animated, like maybe. Anthony Noble checking in. Thanks for checking in, Anth. If you missed it, the Return of Steamboat Willie's an animated movie, animated in Unreal Engine. So it kind of, for me at least, it changes the game just a bit, because I think, similar to like the video games, like I watched the video games for that Infestation game that they had, and it was actually Mickey Mouse like running around trying to like a fucking zombie Mickey Mouse trying to kill you, but it had Five Nights at Freddy's vibes to it, and I could get down with that. It wasn't, again, I just don't want to watch a movie like Pooh, Blood, and Honey, where it's a dude in a mask just running around pretending to be a Pooh Bear, or pretending to be Mickey Mouse. You're not Mickey Mouse, dude. You're a dude in a mask. I'm not watching Steamboat Willie. I'm watching a dude in a mask. But thinks that don't get me started. The rant will just roll out. Kara says, if they do animate it and still blow it, my head will explode. Yeah. All right, so animating it means there's no excuse. They should be able to do something decent with it. They don't have the excuse of not having the budget for stuff. It's animated, man. You don't need a budget to take a digital explosion or digital blood splash or decapitate a animated character. So, all right. That's it. What do you guys think? Are you a little more interested since it's animated? Does that seem a little bit more up your alley than some of these other ones, or do you not even give a shit? Are you down with the dude in a mask aesthetic? I'm going to jump over to Facebook because I know we talked about this one and people were chiming in. How many? Oh, we had 9 comments on this one. All right, we're going to jump to Facebook and we're going to read your comments here. So here we go. And again, I don't think we knew that nobody knew this was animated until just now. All right, Jesse Zito checked in. He says, I could use a nap movie. Kara said, I'd rather watch the Ass Zombies again than sit through this. Hey, man, I would rather watch the Ass Zombies again rather than sit through a lot of movies. Whew, that made me feel all types of different ways, the fucking zombie ass. Logan Sear says, I'll give it a shot. Reese Boeing says, absolutely wicked. Wonder how it will look. Thank you for the tag, brother. TJ says, I'm going to watch it, but I'm not going to be happy about it. Brittany Fox, oh, for fuck's sake, this feels like a fever dream at this point. And we get the I'm out. The I'm out South Park gif. Johnny Thunder with the side eye from the little girl gif. Nice, check it in. I'm going to give you a little laugh react there. Del Dom checks in, says it depends if Willie means he's running around smacking people to death with his deck. The Willie Whacker. Oh, shit. All right, there's the porn parody. We got the prawn parody there, Del. That's hilarious. Mickey running around smacking people with his Willy Whacker. And Jesse Page checks in, I'll watch it just to complain. Sometimes you got to vent on a bad movie, Jess. I'm with you. Oh, man. Thank you guys for checking in on that one. All right, we got another one we got to get to here. Here was another, I'll jump to this news story next. But yeah, that was the return of Steamboat Willie. And again, I always appreciate you guys commenting. I will read them every time when we get here. Sometimes I forget, but usually I'll try and remember to read the comments after the story or before the story that we're getting into. So yeah, make sure if you comment early in the day on my Facebook page, you could jump in later and hear me read your comment, react to it. And everybody else can join in as well. So now we're going to look at this one, and I got to find, bear with me here, I'll give you the look behind the curtain. Behind the curtain. Diablo Cody. Oh, here it is. Boom. All right. Camp Pleasant Lake. And this is on Joe Blow from our friend Cody Hammond. A Andrew Divoff, Bonnie Aaron slasher gets February theatrical and VOD release. The slasher Camp Pleasant Lake, starring Andrew Divoff and Bonnie Aarons, gets a February release. And here we go. Ooh, and they got a little video called What the Fuck Happened to Wishmaster? Whoa, we might have to watch that one. Yes. So in case you don't know, I recently worked with Andrew Divoff, had the pleasure of working with the Wishmaster, and myself, Les, Maddie Meek, we all worked with Andrew Divoff on Stalked, a supernatural horror that filmed last year over in Jersey. In post-production now. Andrew was super nice. There's pictures of us together on my Facebook page that you can find. And yeah, maybe we come back to this video here. What the fuck happened to Wishmaster? Because I'm curious too, man. Look at that fucking shit. That shit was awesome. Look at this fucking, all the prosthetics and stuff on there. And his voice, dude. Oh, man. He's voiced a million things too. But we won't get into all that. We've talked about it before. Let's get on with the story. Writer-director Thomas Walton's 1980s-inspired slasher Camp Pleasant Lake has secured a distribution deal with Deskpop Entertainment, Deadline reports, with the plan being for Deskpop to give the film a VOD and limited theatrical release on February 27th. Very cool. I love that we're getting theatrical releases of these fucking horror films. Even like, this is probably not a huge budget film. I've never heard of Deskpop Entertainment, but yeah, it's awesome that I mean, that just shows you the power of the box office and the fan support. All these directors are out there, these guys who write these boring ass dramas are out there talking about, and here we go. I'm just going to get on a little side rant real quick. I'll come back quick, I promise, to our story, but that's what happens. These directors, these Martin Scorsese's and all these guys, oh, superhero movies are ruining cinema, they're ruining the box office, they're ruining the movies, boo-hoo. Nobody's coming to see my 3-hour-long drama fucking character study, The Irishman, in the fucking theaters, or whatever the fuck you're putting out, 3-4 hour long fucking drama. Who wants to sit through that shit in the theaters? Nobody. Nobody. The time of that shit is past. okay? Drama can now be watched in the comfort of your own home, at your own pace, with your toilet and your drinks and your snacks, and you don't have to pay them fucking theater prices, and there's no reason. There is no reason to go see a drama in the theater. None whatsoever. I can't think of one. With horror movies, there's the jump scares. There's the shared collected experience. Like when you go see a movie in a theater or watch a movie with someone, just having 2 people with me watching Zombie Ass the other night, we had a fucking blast. We had a fucking blast. And going to a theater with a couple people and seeing a movie in a theater with a whole fucking full theater for something like that. Oh God, I couldn't even imagine seeing Zombie Ass in the theater. Oh my God, that must have been so fun. But going to the theater and seeing something where you can laugh or jump and be scared, like comedies still have a place, I feel like. Superhero movies have a place because it's a giant spectacle and you've got giant shit going on. Big ass explosions, giant special effects. It's a huge blockbuster. Those kind of things. Yes, people are going to always shell out their dollars to go see big blockbuster shit on the big screen. But they're also doing it for horror. And horror, next to superhero movies, is dominating the box office. That's why we're seeing theatrical releases for all these movies now. Even these movies that are little independent movies are getting limited theatrical releases. And you just saw even, and going right to VOD at the same time, but even something like Five Nights at Freddy's went to VOD, and actually wasn't even VOD. It was on VOD, but you could watch it for free if you had Peacock. And then it went to the theaters and blew everybody out of the box office. Said, fuck you, Hollywood, and blew everybody out of the fucking box office on a movie that was free to watch at home, but all the fucking kids and people that love this shit wanted to go have that shared experience in the theater and have those jump scares and have that fucking theater experience. Fuck drama. That's like a soap opera. Go watch your soap operas at home, Martin Scorsese. Go complain at home. Nobody wants to watch that shit no more. All right? I respect what Martin Scorsese did as a filmmaker in his day, but and it's not just him. I pick on him, but Christopher Nolan, and there's a bunch of these other dudes, these fucking yawn-inducing directors who win Academy Awards because they do these self-indulgent fucking wank pieces and that nobody wants to go see. And then they complain that nobody goes and sees it. The superhero movies ruined the theater experience, ruined Hollywood. Nah, man, fuck that shit. All right, I'm going to get back to the story now. Rant over. Real quick before I get back. Kara said, I liked all the Wishmaster movies. TJ says, I have a kick-ass Wishmaster figurine. Kara says, I have enough drama in my life between my car and I. I didn't see Five Nights at Freddy's. TJ says, leave my soaps alone, laugh my ass off. There was your rant for the day, TJ. All right, I'm getting back to this story now. Here we go, man, because I want to hear about Camp Pleasant Lake. Because the killer in that picture, that mask was kind of cool looking, man. All right, writer-director Thomas Walton's 1980s-inspired slasher Camp Pleasant Lake secured the distribution deal with Desk Pop, comes out February 27th. Since that date is only a month away, we should be seeing a trailer for this movie very soon, but in the meantime, a first look image can be found at the bottom of this article. The story Walton crafted for Camp Pleasant Lake follows Rick and Darlene Rutherford, who attempt to breathe life into the eerie remains of an old campsite unaware of its dark past. Strange occurrences haunt the area, mirroring the tragedies of the old camp, where 2 decades earlier, a young girl was kidnapped and her parents brutally murdered. Amidst chilling atmospheres and long-forgotten secrets, the couple grapples with a horrifying revelation. They are entwined in the camp's history. Isn't that always the case? You're always entwined in the history. You never even think it, and all of a sudden, oh my God, it's me. It's in my past. It's always the case. And as the shadows of the past collide with the present, the Rutherfords must confront the haunting histories of a sinister crime. So there you have it. The film stars Andrew Divoff of Wishmaster, Bonnie Aarons of The Nun, Jonathan Lipnicki of Jerry Maguire, Michael Paré, Eddie and the Cruisers, among other things. Robert Lasardo, Death Race, Maritza Brickisack, They Turned Us Into Killers, Greg Talley and Kelly Lynn Ryder of Maneater and Slaughterhouse. Camp Pleasant Lake is coming our way from Sapphire Entertainment, Philadreams Films. Is that Philadelphia Dreams? Again, we got these Philadelphia Dreams films, yeah. Los Angeles Studios, Stag Mountain Films, RMR Productions. questions, and who's my misfits? All right, blah, 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 blah. Slashers, particularly those from the 80s, are my favorite kind of movies to watch, and Friday the 13th is my favorite franchise, so I'll definitely be watching Camp Pleasant Lake. And that was the author finishing up his article as we get to our still. Yeah, I dig The Mask. I mean, it's another hoodie. I used to want to make a killer in a mask with a hoodie movie, but there's just been so many of them, I just don't want to do it anymore. Right? There's just so many of them. The Mask is cool, though. I do like The Mask. I like a little crossed eye and the stitching in the center. Half up, half down smile. So, all right. Well, what do you guys think? Camp Pleasant Lake? I mean, I'll check it out for Andrew Divoff, and, you know, we'll see. I want to see a trailer. That's really what I guess I'm going to need. I'm going to need to see a trailer. Oh, man. Kara says, directors remind me of that South Park episode, Smug Alert. Kara says, this sounds like the plot of 27 other movies. It very much sounds like the plot of all these other movies. Take over the camp, or take over the bed and breakfast, or take over the hotel, or take over the house, or inherit the mansion, and all of a sudden you're tied into the evil. Who knew? TJ said, I love slashers, so I'll be watching it. Kara says, I got to pass. Maybe if it's free and I'm really bored. TJ says, I have an idea for a Christmas slasher movie. Yeah, we got to get one of those. Definitely got to get a Christmas slasher movie. All right, we're going to watch this little... how long is it?
Horror
it's like 10 minutes.
And the late 1990s were very much for self-referential. Especially coming out...
We're just going to jump.
His work here is a big part of why Wishmaster is still remembered to this day.
There
he
we
also
go.
played the same part in the first sequel and did not come back for parts 3 and 4, which is for
they're talking about
repulses some at the same time. His work here is a big part of why Wishmaster is still remembered to this day. He also played the same part in the first sequel and
talk
did not
about
come back
Andrew
for parts 3
Divoff,
and 4,
obviously,
which is for the better, let's be honest. His take on the Djinn, in monster makeup and out, really takes the film where it needs to go. His delivery and his persona. He has a way with the part that, once seen through another actor, really shows how good he was, as he is greatly missing in parts 3 and 4. His work here brings a worldly aspect to the character, which makes sense.
Yeah, there's Kane. Kane Hodder playing the security guard.
Born in Venezuela, he has spoken 8 languages. Yeah.
All right, that's pretty cool, man. If you want to know what the fuck happened to Wishmaster, you can go check that video out. It is on joeblow.com. Maddie says, Def dig that Mask. This catch my interest. I'd check it out. Okay. Yeah, I like the Mask too, Mads. I fucking, I like this thing. It'll be free to watch at some point, I'm sure, on Shudder or Screambox or something like that. So we will definitely watch that one. All right, I'm going to check and see what else we have in horror news here. Anything important that we should check before we bounce? Couple minutes left here. I want to talk a little Art the Clown. Come on. Come on. Okay, maybe we aren't talking Art the Clown because it's not going to let me click on it. All right. I think we got everything in for the day, Boo Believers. What do you guys think? What caught your interest the most today that we talked about? Was it The Return of Steamboat Willie animated? Or was it In a Violent... What was that called? In a Violent Nature? With the possible next Jason Voorhees. I'll believe it when I see it. Diablo Cody's Lisa Frankenstein. That's probably the one I'm looking forward to the most, even though we weren't really talking about that. But I want to see her come back to do another Jennifer's Body for sure. And Camp Pleasant Lake. We want to see our friend Andrew Divoff in Camp Pleasant Lake, the 80s themed slasher coming in late February. Chime in, Boo Believers, and let me know your thoughts as always. And of course, as always, if you wouldn't mind, be sure to follow. And if you go to my profile and click those 3 dots, you can, I'll show you where they are here as well. These 3 dots right here. You go to my profile, click these 3 dots right here. You get your drop down. There'll be a invite friends. You can invite your friends to follow me and they can get notified when I go live. And especially invite your friends who love horror movies, because let's talk horror. Every day, Monday through Friday. Kara has to bounce. She says, I got to go make dinner. Glad I caught you today. Thanks so much for checking in, Kara. Thank you. Glad you made it in. And thank you all for tuning in for another week here of the Deadsville Daily Booze. I'll see you again on Monday, and don't forget Tuesday we should have the kinks worked out, and we'll have a little interview going on with one of the crew from last night at Terrace Lanes. So yeah, everybody have a good weekend, and we'll see you on Monday. Stay spooky, Boo Believers.